Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my weight loss journey with the Zepbound. So, it's been a week since I started my weight loss journey, and I'm excited to share my experiences with you. This week has been quite good overall, and I just took my second Zepbound shot, and I'm feeling great. If you remember from last week, my highest weight I ever weighed was 349 pounds. Last week, when I started Zepbound, I weighed in at 339.3 pounds. And when I woke up this morning, I weighed 332.1 pounds. That's a loss of 7.2 pounds in the first week. I was shocked. I did not expect to lose that much weight in the first week. Now, I'm expecting a lot of that is probably water weight this first week, but I'm still surprised about how much weight I lost this first week and how great I actually feel with everything this first week. So let's just jump right in there and let's talk about how my week went. So let's talk about some side effects. The only side effect that I really had this entire week was on the first 3 days after taking the shot of Zepbound. I began to have heartburn at night, breakthrough heartburn when I would try to lay down to go to sleep. I've had GERD for a number of years, and I handle that usually with Nexium and Tums and some stuff like that. But when I went to bed these nights, I had the breakthrough heartburn at night, and it woke me up a few times. It wasn't horrible, but it was something that was a little bit unexpected because I had eaten early. There shouldn't have been normally when I have anything. If I eat early enough, I don't have any heartburn issues or anything. So that was a little bit of a side effect that I had. I changed the time that I decided to take my Nexium. Decided to take it just by itself without some other medicines and stuff. And then I also got this Align dual biotic. So I started taking that too. So I don't know if it was the combination of them or just after my body has adjusted to the Zepbound after 3 days. But I've never had it again since then. So just the first 3 days, I had some of that breakthrough heartburn. It'll be interesting to see now when I took my shot tonight if I get it. The first week I took my shot, it was in my stomach. Tonight I took it in my thigh. So we'll see if there's any differences with that too. But so far, everything's been great. I did have to go out of town this week for some business meetings. So I was a little bit worried about how I was going to do. But I think overall I made some great choices. On day one, when I got to the business meetings, they had donuts. And if anybody knows me, they know that I love, donuts. I love cakes. I love sweets. All that type of stuff was one of my downfalls that I really like. But with this Zepbound, that food noise and stuff like that is gone. And I found out that I didn't even want those. They didn't even look appetizing. So I didn't have any. It just didn't look good. So that was easy to turn down, which is something I've never been able to easily turn down. I've been on diets before, and you just sort of put it back, but you always got this, food noise going through your mind saying, "Oh, you want one of those donuts? You should have one." And finally, to the point, you finally go get one. So for lunch, we had Mexican bowls, and so they had some chicken and some beef and all the toppings and everything to go with it. So I got a bowl. I got some chicken. I skipped the rice with it, and I put some corn salsa and just a little bit of sour cream on it. And then I had brought my own wraps with me just in case I needed to make anything. So I brought these extreme wellness high fiber wraps with me. So I put everything on that, made my own wrap with it, and ate that. And I think it turned out to be very good. It was a really, really good meal for that. And then I got my fiber in, I got my protein in all at the same time by doing that. For dinner, I went to this place that was called Teriyaki Madness, and they had teriyaki salmon, and I decided not to get any rice or anything with it. I went with the veggies with it. So I think again that was a good choice. It was excellent, and I have a video out in my shorts if you want to go look at that. On day two, And each day I always started with my Premier Protein every morning. That's what I drink every morning for breakfast. So day two, they had wings for lunch. And again, if you knew me, you knew I liked wings, and I could easily eat 5 to 10 wings, depending on what other sides I would get with things with it. So I was a little bit, nervous about, okay, what am I going to do with this? But I went in, I got 2 wings. I got some baked beans with it. I skipped the macaroni and cheese because it didn't look appealing to me, and I ate an apple with it, and it filled me up. I wasn't hungry at all. I didn't want any more wings after that. It didn't bother me, even though the wings were fried. Some people have had some issues with Zepbound with some fried food, but I only ate 2 of them, and it didn't bother me at all. I did have a yogurt in the afternoon that I brought from home as a snack to have with that. For dinner, there's this restaurant up there that's called Chopped Five, and it's a salad place. And I went up there and I had a harvest salad, took it back to the room with me, and it was excellent. So that was another, I think, good choice that I did for day two for that. On day three, they had personal pizzas, which is another one of my favorite things I like to eat at times too. But I was able to skip the personal pizzas. They had side salads too that they brought. So I had the side salad. I had brought the P3 protein box, like Lunchable type things with me. So I had that with it. And I again had a yogurt in the afternoon with it. And then I came home that day and we had dinner here where Ron had made lentils. And you can see that's on my shorts too, the lentils that we had. But yeah, so I think overall, I think it ended up being a very good week because I got to see some challenges of what I would have if I had to go to these business meetings and eat out or things like that. And so I know that this week I have to go to another set of business meetings for a few days, but I know I got it because I was able to do it last week. So I think it's going to be very, very easy to be able to do again this week. So if you remember last week, I told you that one of the successes I've had in the past is when I used Weight Watchers. So I never got rid of my membership from Weight Watchers, even though I never used the app for quite a while now. But I decided to go back in the app and see what there was. Well, they have a new section in there for GLP-1 drugs, if you're on those, to be able to use this. So you can turn it on so that you can just do your proteins, your fruits and vegetables, and your water intake. And it looks something like this here. Of how it just sort of calculates these out. So it doesn't use points, it only uses your proteins and stuff. And what it does is it calculates your proteins by taking zero 0.8 grams of protein for every kilogram that you weigh. Mine calculated out to be 123 grams of protein last week. Today, because I lost weight, it calculates out now at 120 grams of protein. So I think it worked out pretty well of how to be able to see that. The app is a little clunky. It's not as easy to use as the point one was, where you can still scan things, but if you scan something accidentally and it goes under lunch instead of dinner, you can't just easily move it over. You have to delete it and you have to re-add it in there to be able to do that. With that, it was just a little bit to do that. But overall, I thought it was great to be able to track that type of stuff because now I can see how many proteins I've had for the day and everything like that. One of the other things I started doing was actually journaling. So I started, writing down some things that happened every day. It's a good way for me to be able to keep track of this, and I can go back to it, over the year to be able to see exactly what I've done over the year, so I can see where I've been throughout this journey. One other thing that was very important that I've read throughout the post and things you need to do is make sure that you stay hydrated. So that was one thing that I did. I made sure that I drank 10 to 12 cups of water per day. I usually like to drink, water and pops and stuff like that, but I just switched to water and I did great with that. So I thought that was good. Another thing is make sure that you get plenty of fiber in every day. I made sure that I ate things like those extreme wellness wraps. One thing I got today that I started doing, I had cottage cheese today and I had chia seeds. and I put chia seeds on the cottage cheese and I mixed it together and I thought, oh, this is going to be nasty. But it ended up being really, really good. So maybe something to try. I thought it was good. So that was my week. A bit of a challenge with the heartburn at first, but a lot of progress too. So I'm eager to continue this journey and to continue to share with you. And as I wrap up today, I, I want to leave you with some thoughts. Remember, every step that we take on this path, no matter how small, is going to be a victory. Every time that we choose a healthy meal, every workout we complete, every time we track our progress, we're making a decision to be a better version of ourselves. Weight loss and fitness are journeys of endurance and patience. It's not about the numbers on the scale. Sometimes we get mixed up and we look at those numbers all the time, but it's not just about that. It's about the strength we build both physically and mentally. It's about waking up each day and choosing our health, our well being. So remember, if today didn't go as planned, don't be disheartened. Each day is a new opportunity to take a step forward. So let's embrace this journey together with optimism and resilience. Remember, you are not alone in this. We are in this together, growing stronger and healthier one day at a time. So stay motivated, stay strong, and let's make our next step a confident one. See you next week, and remember our journey, our pace, our success. I hope everyone has a fantastic week. And until next time, bye.